What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to 𝐦𝐤𝐤. And today we're going to be talking about installing one of these big old screen Tesla style radios in a 2016 Ford Mustang GT. So this thing has what Ford calls sync. It's sync 3. They have sync 2 and they have sync 1, I believe. And this thing will replace all 3 of those actually, which is really nice. And they also make these for different vehicles. We've put it in a Silverado and a Infiniti. If you go to their website, it's 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐞. I'll link it down below, but you can check to see if they have it for your vehicle as well. They also have dashes, digital dashes, which is really nice for a few vehicles, so you might want to check that out too. I will leave I think a coupon code, so make sure you check that out, get 50 bucks off. But either way, so this is what the screen's gonna look like. We'll put it in the car, but this is gonna allow us to, well, sync 3 allows us to get CarPlay. This is automatically going to give us CarPlay or Android Auto. But the nice thing is now CarPlay and Android Auto are going to be wireless. You don't have to plug your phone into the USB port. You don't have to do any of that. It's going to be wireless. This is also the software that's on this, or operating system on this, is going to be Android Auto, which is very nice for another reason, or more reasons than just Android Auto and CarPlay. But you're going to be able to customize this just like an Android phone, or Android tablet, I should say, but you're gonna be able to customize it. You can add in apps like YouTube, YouTube TV, Netflix, you name it. You can put it on there, and then you can watch videos driving down the road. You can play. You can get on the internet if you want to do a web browser. I don't know. Again, the driver you don't want to be watching videos while you're driving the road, but your passengers can, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get the old stereo out and put this one in. And we're going to show you around what this can do, as well as kind of give you a somewhat of a how-to. We'll figure out how to get this thing off and install this. Here's the box it came in. As you can see, what it's going to look like once we get it installed. Well, what the screen's going to look like. And here is the screen right here. And it relocates all the buttons. And they have them specific for your vehicle. On the back side, they have all the connectors and all that you need down there too. And in the instructions, they have where those connectors go, and here's what you have. Now they got a speaker, which you don't need because you use your car speaker. An external microphone. This thing has a microphone on it as well. A SIM card slot. A GPS antenna. It's got 2 4G antennas. A USB cable. Looks like an adapter cable of some sort. Another adapter cable. And this is for the camera, so the backup camera works. CAN bus that connects into the main harness here. And then came with a bracket. We'll figure out what that's for here. But just so you know, a lot of the stuff that you unplug on the stereo or the factory one will plug into here, probably down here, we'll see. And then a lot of this stuff plugs into here, as you can see. Some of the locations here, and that'll allow you to hook up GPS and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the factory unit apart and put this new one in. So essentially in this vehicle, what you're gonna do is remove this panel right here and then this big panel right here, and it's gonna allow you to get access to some bolts on the top of the radio, and then below where that shaker screen is, or not the screen, but the emblem down there is. Once you remove that with a pick, you'll be more bolts down there, and the whole thing's going to pretty much come out. So it's got these clips right here. There's pull-out clips. You pull them towards you. Didn't think about this, but this is a theft car at one time. So whoever removed this, stole this before here, they broke all of this part right here. So there's actually, looks like a place where this bolts to. And the factory one bolts, or the aftermarket one bolts here too. So there will be 2 bolts here that you'll need to remove, as well as down here, and you'll get a pick. Oh, so basically you're gonna use a flathead, just kind of ease it behind it, kind of pop it off like you saw there. And then you'll get, there's 2 bolts, I don't know, they're black. There's 2 bolts, one right there and one down there. I can't really see them. Once you loosen those, we'll be able to pull this whole head unit out from the clips. Again, to pull out, we just kind of pull straight towards you. And then we have all these connections down here. You got the one down here, and then right here. And you got the cigarette lighter. And we'll have to unplug those. So then we want to remove the screen, the old one. There's 4 bolts. But behind the screen, there's what they call an APIM, which is the brains to everything. And we're going to have to transfer, my understanding is we're going to have to transfer that into the new head unit. So here's the back side of the screen. And so what we're going to have to do is take the APIM off of the screen and put it on the new screen. And this is, they got a new cable for this, I believe, too. So, okay, so we took all the cables, well, other than the 4G or the SIM card. We're not going to put that in there. And the external speaker and the microphone, we're not going to use that. But we're going to put all that stuff connected on here already. The APIM kind of goes on top there, and it would make it hard to get to the plugs. So we went ahead and did that first, plugged them all in first, so that way we would make sure we had enough room. And now we can screw that in and start taking all these wires. Basically, everything kind of just fits into their own little factory plugs. And this is in the vehicle itself already through the AC controls. And then this is kind of like, this goes into the APIM module right there. And then that plugs into the factory harness. So you just kind of find all the plugs. Here's the extended cable that we took off from the APIM module that goes right there, because now it's going to be over here. So now we're ready to kind of finagle all of this in. So here is the screen right now, and right now it's the Android tablet phase. So you got a bunch of preset notification or menu items up the top. You got maps up below that. Car Auto takes you to the console itself. These are all just different Android widgets. We can go back to home, or we'll go back here and go to console. And this will take us into the console of what the actual vehicle has. So this is Sync 3. Now it's just all digital because you got Sync 3 up here, and then you can use the radio how you normally would in Sync 3, or climate, all that, phone, whatever you want to do. And then also all the controls down here are for what were down here previously. So media, tune, seek, all that. And you got the AC controls down here. You also do have the buttons relocated, and then you got start and stop right here. And then the flip for like the modes and all that were down here. Now they're up here. So this gets you that screen. So you can go back to the factory, what you had for the factory. And then if you go home or go back, let's take it back to Android. So if you got to remember, you got settings for the factory settings. And then you also have the Android tablet settings. They're a little bit different, I understand. So you got different things up here. You got navigation, music, HD movies. You want to put on movies in there. Car Auto is for your CarPlay or Android Auto. It's wireless. It's really nice. So here's wireless CarPlay and what it looks like. Now they got the update. You got all these apps, a lot more apps on here. So you can go regular, normal, split screen, you name it. You can do whatever you need to do. So that's pretty cool. Now we'll say on wireless CarPlay, it is a little bit slow, but it's not too bad. It's usable. And then down here, you can go to the app drawer, and this brings up your Netflix and Disney Plus, all the apps that you have installed, whether it's Netflix, Disney Plus, Google Chrome, for a web browser, YouTube, you name it, it's on here. You can also go to the Play Store down here, and this will take you to allow you to download apps. So let's check and see if Netflix, see, it's working right here. So let's go ahead and go to Ozark here, and it'll start playing Ozark. Get my reflection in there, but it'll start playing it. And whenever a small business transitions, it's important to stay. Now it will play this as you drive, so your passengers can watch while you're driving. But there's The cool thing is you can also, if you were going to, let's say, you can even do picture-in-picture if you wanted to. So right now I got a movie playing at the top here, and you can do YouTube on the bottom, or you can do navigation on the bottom if you wanted to. So that's kind of cool. Now it does have reverse, so let's go ahead and start this up. So you can see the camera. So that works in here. So that's kind of cool. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about the install on this or anything like that, if you have any help that you need, let us know. Put it in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. Again, I'm going to link the item in the description below, so that way you can go and purchase it yourself if you're interested, and a coupon code if I have one. If this is your first time to my channel, please consider subscribing for more tech reviews, home automation, and home and automotive how-to videos, and I will see you next time.